Hi everyone, my name is Ashley Riensnyder and I teach Social Studies at West Rural South High School. This is my webpage that I created for the final project for EDCI 522. First I want to show you on the left here is all the tabs that you need to go through my webpage. They're also down here on the bottom. The first one I wanted to show you was my standards, so if you click on the first one, these are the sociology standards. Sociology is an elective course in our building for 11th and 12th graders, and we do a unit on family, so this is all the standards that we hit for that. If you scroll down, you can see here are my net standards for teachers in red, here are my net standards for students in purple, and if you continue to scroll down, here are my net standards for my P21 standards here in the pink. Now to scroll back up, if you click on Family Project, this is where the actual unit is, and this is where you can see everything that I do in the unit. When you look at the first chart, you can see here is a calendar of events. This usually takes me about 10 days, give or take a day, and it goes through the events that we do. The first thing is speed dating, and this is where the students, they sit across from each other and they meet with multiple people in the room, hopefully about 5, and they answer certain questions for each other and get an idea of who they want to be their partner for this project and maybe an idea of what kind of partner they want in life. Day 2, we explain the project, we go over everything, they pick their partners and get everything situated. We have 4 lab days. We take notes with this unit. We have a lot of discussion. We watch some videos, and that gives you a good idea of what you're doing. When you scroll down, you can see I have 2 videos uploaded. This first one is called Brothers Share One Wife. We watched this with notes. It talks about a polyandry type of family. The next one is called A Date with the Family, and it explains what the family lifestyle was like in the 1950s. When you continue to scroll down, these are all the documents that the kids need for the project. The first one I want to show you is the notes. If you click on there, you can see the notes. They are just in a PowerPoint format, and we go through them together. I also have them on my own webpage so the kids can see them anytime they want. When you go back, the next thing I want to show you is the family project. This explains what the students are doing for the project. Essentially, they have a partner, and that person is now their spouse. And they have a series of 6 tasks that they need to go to. They need to buy a house, they need to find a job, buy a car, they have a baby or a baby doll. You can see here they have to create a family journal, and this is where they're going to use one of their tools. They're going to use Google Docs to do that. They go to various websites. I have some listed and some they just research on their own. This is a specific one that they need to use to find what career fits them best. Task 2, they have a baby. They research childcare and how much that costs. That they do on their own. They also go to this website, babycenter.com, and they figure out the cost of raising a child, an annual cost and a lifetime cost. Sorry about the spacing. Task 3, they buy a house. I asked them to use Zillow.com. They can use any of them, but that one is, I found, the easiest for them. Task 4, they buy a car, or 2 cars, one for each. Task 5, they create a menu as well as a grocery list. As you can see, I just make them do a Monday through a Friday. They have to attach recipes. This can also be done on any internet search. And then the last task is a budgeting. They have to figure out a monthly budget. I make them go through 5 months just to kind of get an idea of how much everything costs. As you can see at the bottom, they also have what's called a reality check, and I have them pull out of a hat they get, like your dishwasher broke, or your refrigerator broke, or you need to buy a new car. Just life lessons that they would get in real life. And lastly, they have a journal, and this basically is a way for them to respond and answer questions about the whole project. This is another one that I've asked them to do on Google Docs for them to share with me, so that way I can kind of keep an idea of where they are and make changes or kind of give them a grade as they go so they know how they're doing. Next I want to show you is the rubric. This explains how I'm going to grade them for the project. Here's their tasks, and this is how they're going to be graded. out of those tasks. Here is the speed dating questions that they use. And lastly, here's an article that we read about parenting styles that part of it is that they need to reflect on that in their final journal. And that's everything for that page. The next page I want to show you is peer evaluation. This has the evaluation for class members to use, and then this is the responses that I got through Google Forms. Tech tools, this shows the tools that I used. First being Screencast-O-Matic to make this video. The second is Google Sites. I made my website through that, and I actually use it in my classroom as well. Here's a link to my classroom one that I use. This one you can see I teach two different courses, Sociology and US and Global 3 and 4. These are all our different units or topics that we cover, and the kids can click on any of those and find similar things as far as my other website. The next one was YouTube. I uploaded my Screencast-O-Matic video on there. I also use a lot of YouTube videos in my class. You can see them on my family project page that I showed you. I use Google Forms to make my peer evaluation. The kids use research tools, so when you looked on the project, you could see all the different websites they can use. Some of them are given to them to use for research. Others, they just can use any of these, answers.com, ask.com, wiki answers, anything to find information. PowerPoint, I use PowerPoint to make my notes. And lastly is Google Docs, is that the students are going to be using Google Docs to complete their journals and to share them with each other and myself. I also uploaded a video on how they can share their documents with each other and myself. On the video tutorial, this has the video. The one that is up here right now is the one that I have already made, and I'm going to be uploading this new one on here shortly. And then another new page that I created was the project reflection. And the project reflection, this has a few sub-pages, changes to the unit, peer evaluation, and unit implementation. But here is my reflection on how the project and the class went. On changes to the unit, here are the list of the things that I changed after my peer evaluation. You need to go back to project reflection to get the other ones. Under peer evaluation, I evaluated what I thought about the peer evaluations. Also, if you click here again, you can see my peer responses. And then lastly, on unit implementation, I've explained how I would like to implement this project in my class. Again, I've already implemented this project into my class. Now you have done this unit before, but the use of Google Docs and the use of Screencast-O-Matic and other things like that has made it better. I definitely want to use this in my class in the future. I'm also thinking about doing Google Forms at the beginning of the class, not as part of the project, to have kids, instead of signing the syllabus, have them use Google Docs, which is going to, Google Forms, which will force them to use my web page a little bit more. And thank you for watching.